Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Trey, and I want to talk about Aquaman. And the reason why I want to talk about Aquaman because I don't know, is it me or does it seem like WB's trying to like self-sabotage Aquaman after finally building up the work of, getting Aquaman respected after Super Friends kind of ruined the character for years. That man has not been able to get over his Super Friends or his Aquaman TV series that he had back in the, I would probably say, the 70s. And how everybody make fun of him, like, oh, all he does is talk to fish and stuff like that, even though it's just like, y'all do realize he do more than talk to fishes. Like, he's super strong, and if he wanted to, he can control the tides and drown all of us in water, and most of us can't breathe in water. But yeah, hey, keep making fun of the fish guy, right? But no, the reason why I'm saying it is because the whole thing with AH and the whole thing with JP, all of that stuff is like hectic right now. I don't really know, because since WB decided, hey, JP has to leave his movies, but AH doesn't have to leave her movie, and we don't care what anybody said. The super what the one of the producers on Aquaman 2 and the Suicide Squad, which I believe his comments had self-sabotaged part of that movie as well. But that's another story from or whatever. But basically of not dealing with whatever's going on with the elephant in the room. Because for me, I'm just thinking to myself, like, hey, if your audience is telling you they don't want to watch this movie because of a certain actress, because see, I think what could have happened, and what I think WB should have did, is if you are going to get rid of JD, you should have got rid of AH. Fair is fair, or you should have kept both of them. Now, if you kept both of them, you wouldn't have as much as a backlash. But because you chose a side, it shows how hypocritical you are when it comes to a man and a woman or whatever, especially when the woman is clearly admitting that she didn't do anything, even though a man said he didn't do it. There's evidence, and you still didn't believe him. That doesn't even make no darn logical sense. So it's just kind of weird how everything's going on. And under a lot of the comments with Aquaman stuff, they're saying that they're not watching it, not until you get rid of her or any of that kind of stuff. And and I'm just like, y'all do realize Aquaman is a $1 billion franchise now. You made this character a $1 billion franchise, and you sabotage it by being petty. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just don't make no sense to me. Like, if I have a franchise that's $1 billion, I'm going to try my best to make sure that people are going to watch it and not boycott it as much as possible. So what I was thinking, like, you should have either got rid of them both, or you kept them on both. Just had probably like shrink some of her role in the movie, because first off, the movie is called Aquaman anyway. There are plenty of stories without Mera, so you technically don't really need Mera that much to do Aquaman's story in the first place. So I don't know why people assume that they need to do that kind of stuff or whatever, just because it's not that hard. You can easily shrink her role down just to make it, better for everybody involved. Just to make, because don't you want the movie to be another $1 billion movie? I just find it weird that, we're being that petty. And then, of course, Kelly Sue DeConnick, was it Kelly Sue? Yeah. If you don't like my politics, don't buy my book. When she jumped on Aquaman after, Aquaman was doing well in the comic books, and then her big loud mouth sat up there and said what she said, and Aquaman title tanked and is canceled. 25 years of Aquaman solo run. 25 years. 25 years. I don't care what nobody say. 25 years of a solo Aquaman run continuously, and they said, hey, get rid of it. Get rid of it because the sales sucked so bad because Kelly Sue just couldn't keep her mouth closed. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? And then, of course, you got AH, teasing the fans and trying to make fun of them and stuff like that. Again, and there are petitions to get her off of the movie. Apparently, there are like petitions that's up into 2 million of folks promising that they're not going to watch the movie until she gets gone. I don't know what to tell y'all. If I was y'all, it ain't worth keeping her in. It ain't worth keeping her because you should have known you was going to get some kind of backlash. You cannot do one without the other. If you're going to say, hey, JH, can you JD, can you step down, then you have to ask AH to step down as well. Right is right. Fair is fair, right? Okay, cool. Then you have this trashy ass Aquaman, King of Atlantis, which is supposed to take place in between the first movie and the second movie, and it looks like dog shit on crack. Like, DC, what are you doing? What are you doing? Why would you hire the person that did Thundercats Roar that was proven not successful, and you're gonna hire them to do Aquaman, King of Atlantis, where Aquaman is a doofus and it looks like he has to depend on Mera for the brains of the operation? It just doesn't make any logical sense, and it's just plain but ugly. Like, what's going on? You tell me, y'all tell me, cause I need to know. I really do need to know, what were you guys thinking with this? Like, you have $1 billion franchise, and you finally got a character outside of Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman to finally get some recognition by the world, right? To finally show that this character can hold a franchise and people are actually interested in the character. And ever since the movie came out, it has been nothing but sabotages, one after another, and I just don't understand. You have people talking about they're not going to watch the sequel movie. You got people petitioning and trying to get the movie canceled and trying to get the actress canceled from the movie. Um, you got a trashy ass TV show that's supposed to take place between, that's supposed to be an interlude but for Aquaman 2. And then you have Aquaman comic books being canceled because you have the writer can't keep a damn mouth closed and couldn't write a good Aquaman story to save her life, to where you got the title canceled. And then not to even put more wound, push the wound even further in. You got Aquaman stepping down to let his second sidekick, Aqualad, Calder, he's gonna be now Aquaman for no reason, which that hasn't even earned up. And then, of course, we're gonna focus on him having a love triangle with two guys because that's what people want to watch. That's what people want to see. And then you're doing a future title where we get to see a glimpse in the future where his daughter becomes Aquawoman and Aquaman, and she's screwing with non-binary Flash. Come on, DC. Come on, Warner Brothers. Does that make any kind of sense? You doing the same mistakes that Marvel was doing at the time when the Avengers was at its peak. That's what they was doing, all new, all different. Like, it was just like everything outside the movies, you guys were self-sabotaging, and for what reason? I'm just saying, I'm worried. I'm just worried because what if this movie doesn't do well? Like, who are you going to blame? Of course you're going to blame the fans, but I want to blame the fans because it's not the fans' fault. They told you they weren't going to watch it because you kept one person in there. All you had to do was just take the one person out. I don't know what to tell you. Then you had your writer talking smack instead of putting her in her place and be like, baby, shut the fuck up. You don't own this character. So It ain't your character, so you cannot talk freely about what your opinions is about people in the conversation. You know what I'm saying? Like, then you say, hey, let's do an Aquaman show. And instead of having an Aquaman show that looks similar to the movie, you're like, oh, yeah, let's take the Thundercat Roar routine and let's make a ugly ass cartoon series. And then let's get rid of Aquaman and replace him with Black Gay Boy. Make that make sense, y'all. Make that make sense. I'm kind of confused why you want to self sabotage Aquaman. You didn't do it with Wonder Woman, so why are you doing it now with Aquaman? Don't you want characters outside of Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman to do well? Right? So why are you doing everything in your possibility to sabotage that? It's weird and it's confusing, to be honest. I'm just want to know, like, hey, what's going on? Talk to me. Please tell me what's going on, because I do want to see more DC characters get more spotlight. I do want to see that. I have no problem with seeing characters outside of Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman. But at the same time, you know, if you guys gonna keep this route, you might as well just focus on Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman, because at least you won't damage the character. You got damaged goods right there, and to tell you the truth, I don't know if you can fix it. I mean, you could fix it, but I don't know if it's going to be in enough time where people are going to be like, yeah, because a lot of people are upset at the whole situation. A lot of people didn't like the last movie that was in, and that movie did well, did terrible. It bombed because she was in it, because people were not watching the movie as long as she was in it. So I don't know what to tell y'all. I don't know what to tell y'all, but I'm just kind of confused. I mean, I like Aquaman. I do hope Aquaman, Arthur Curry comes back, make a comeback. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just saying, maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm looking too hard into it, but I don't know. It just feels like DC and Warner Brothers is just self-sabotaging Aquaman. But hey, it is what it is. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. Maybe you guys might agree, maybe not. If not, tell me why in the comment section below. I would love to hear your opinions on it. And I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out.